Greetings and salutations. Welcome back to Kinda Funny Games. My name is Colin Moriarty. Today, as promised, I'm going to do a nice little long Let's Play for you of Tales of Zestiria on PlayStation 4. Also available on PlayStation 3. I'm a huge Tales fan. I love this series. It's maybe my favorite continuous Japanese role-playing game series of all time. Zestiria just came out, and it's available for you to download or go buy right now. I've sat down with the game for just a couple of hours, and you know, played it a little bit last night. And so I'm basically starting off, as you can see here, from a cutscene after some pretty important stuff happens. And I won't go too far into what has happened. I don't know what is going to be spoiled from you from here on out, but rest assured, I won't spoil the very beginning of the game and how it all starts out for you. But you're kind of progressing with me on your own. On your own accord, I should say. So let's get through the cutscene and we'll see what happens next.
An overnight celebrity.
Indeed, he is.
All right, so I'm gonna gain control here. I got some stuff here. So, you know, looks like a normal Tales game, as you can see. Character models pretty much the same as they've been in, like, let's say Tales of Zestiria. I actually feel like, can't say for sure. I felt like earlier in the game, not that I'm showing you, I saw a character model that definitely came from Tales of Zestiria. But you can see it's pretty much, you know, as you might expect it. Let's run around, see what we can do here. I'll go back. I like to explore a little bit when I'm playing these games, see if there's anything in here for me to find. Doesn't look like it. Always keeping an eye out for that button prompt to indicate if anything's going on, but this seems like this room's pretty empty. So I don't know where the game's gonna bring me from here, so let's just, let's go and play it. If I hold down R1, it'll tell me what I need to do next. So it says, take a little walk around town, and if I press the, I guess it won't let me because I'm in the middle of a conversation, actually. So this is an interesting new addition, is that when they're talking to each other, you can advance under certain conversations because someone in the room is talking to me. Which is interesting, it's a nice idea. It's a little annoying too when I just want to get back to it. So you see the little thing keep coming up above me. All right, we're good now. So let's head out in town, see what happens. Loading, loading, loading. I feel like I'm using one of our 20th anniversary PS4s to play here in our studio, and I just don't feel like I remember the load times being this long on my PS4, but that might be made up.
There's almost no one out. I guess it's still pretty early in the morning. You all right?
I just felt strange all of a sudden, like a weird pressure was crushing down on my chest.
So dramatic, Sarai.
What?
You can sense it already? What you're feeling is the malevolence all around us. Now that you've become my vessel, you can sense it.
Okay.
This is proof that your body has already grown accustomed to my power.
You don't say. You mean there's really that much malevolence out there?
So much
even beyond
malevolence.
the city?
An incredible,
Indeed.
almost absurd amount
And
of
this is
malevolence,
only a
Sarai.
taste. As people start to crowd the streets, you'll feel it even more. Come this way.
So I guess we have to follow her. We have control. This is one of the cities that we're in. Still can't look at the map, which is annoying me now. We'll slowly follow her. That was a sharp turn. What if I run ahead of you? Are you mad at me if I do that? Oh, you don't seem to care. Take your time. Seems like she's going this way, so see if we can do that. Nope. I don't like the stuff when you have to accompany people and they're so fucking slow. Like, hurry up. Why are you walking so slow? Hurry up! Alright, so there she is. You'll notice here, I was here before I opened this treasure chest here and talked to this person. Although we have some different things to say. I still can't open this treasure chest. I don't know what I need to open it. We'll find out later.
Oh man, what a gorgeous lake!
Why are you acting like you haven't seen it before? I brought you here earlier.
It truly is. But amidst the spectacular scenery, the town of Lady Lake is being corrupted by malevolence.
Yeah, now that I can sense it, I can feel the corruption everywhere. We can't let this go on.
It isn't just happening here in Lady Lake either. It's eating away at the entire world. The scenery may be splendid, but you can feel that this place lacks the blessing of the Seraphim, can you not?
The seraphim in this game are like
Hey,
spiritual
Alicia,
kind of
I could always
creatures.
feel Gramps'
She's a
blessing.
seraphim, I believe, and the guy to his left or our right
But Lila,
in the blue
this
tunic,
little walk
the
of
light blue
yours isn't
tunic that's
just to
speaking now,
reconfirm the
is also
situation in
seraphim,
Lady Lake with us, is it?
You've got something to tell
as
us.
opposed to human.
Yes, I touched on it before, but now I must clarify to you the true purpose of the shepherd.
Oh, a little cutscene.
The shepherds can quell the Hellions, beings who bring chaos to humans and seraphim alike, with the power of purification. That is the power of the shepherd. However, that in and of itself is not the shepherd's duty. What the shepherd must quell is the source of all malevolence, the being who gives rise to the Hellions. The Lord of Calamity.
The Lord of Calamity.
Lord of Calamity?
Yes, this figure has been known by this name for countless centuries. Whenever Hellions run rampant, this figure is always there. A Lord of Calamity, who begets Hellions with the overwhelming amount of malevolence he possesses. Given enough time, a Lord of Calamity can even permanently alter the world itself. Such is the calamity he brings.
Wait,
Fair enough.
if I remember correctly, the Celestial Record said that a shepherd hasn't appeared for the last 200 years.
I'm gonna start hitting the X button and
200
kind of get
years
through these
ago,
after I read
there
it.
are records that the world was overcome by an...
I understand. So, the Lord of Calamity is the source of all the...
That's all well and good.
For now, it is enough so long as you...
Huh?
The answers you seek are those you must discover for yourself, Saray. Answers of your own that you will not regret.
Weird camera bands are getting to me. Like
Stay
every one
true
of them.
to yourself. Forget not your...
Answers of my...
And to that end, Saray, I know you want to ask about the effects the Lord of Calamity has on this world, and how Earth dwellers...
Ooh,
and
ignore that. I'm
Seraphim
doing a Dragon
live
Quest
their
Heroes
lives.
Let's Play as well, so I was just
But
downloading it on this machine.
I want you to discern...
It's true that I'm completely clueless when it comes to...
I want you to travel the world and discover all sorts of things.
I will
Only
discover
then
all
can
sorts
you
of
take
things.
the answers you have found for yourself.
Okay.
It's not that tricky a concept. Pretty much boils down to...
Yes.
Got it. Anyhow,
We're
can
traveling.
we start by investigating some food?
Shall we head back to the inn? I don't want to have to kill...
Sure.
All right. Let's roll. This thing here I already examined when I was running around earlier, but this thing is a pillar. And when you read them, you can discover things about combat in the game. Once you read it for the first time as well, you will get an AP that can be used, action point that can be used in combat. This thing over here, glowing, is just an herb. I pick it. This is chamomile. So chamomile boosts focus by 2, which affects SC recovery speed, also restores HP and SC. So you can see some of that as well in these things. You'll know, like, I can't pick this one because it's not glowing, but maybe next time I come it will be. I don't really know. So let's press the R1 button, return to the inn for dinner. So we just came from the inn. We'll run back and see if we can advance the story. So maybe we can explore the rest of this town and get out to the map and show you the combat and maybe progress the story just a little bit more after that. I'll also show you the menus and we'll get into the ins and outs of things
I've
as well.
always wanted to travel the world.
Forgive me for skipping over. You can press the X button
never
to
imagined it'd be so
get through the
important.
text.
It's kinda
So
weird.
it's just easier to, and
can't
quicker
say
for me
I'm
to
not
read it
excited.
than it is for it to kind of let it go generally through the voice
think
acting, and
it's
it'll
safe
just
to
get us
say
to the
you're
combat
probably
quicker.
the
So I think
most
that's probably what you want out there,
sheltered shepherd in
since you know that this Tales game, along
You
with
really
other
think
Tales
so?
games, are very story heavy, and we'll be sitting here forever.
Hey, Lila, what kind of people...
Huh? Oh, sorry.
So, what...
I missed what you said.
Lila?
Yes.
Hiding something?
Oh my, isn't this lovely?
Looks like she doesn't want...
Can I ask why you won't...
I have forged an oath with myself. However, the terms of the oath...
So wait, does that mean there are...
By powers, I assume you mean the power of purification.
Oh wow, look at the pretty butterfly.
You're kind of bad at this, aren't you?
Does it really matter? We're traveling...
So we need to go investigate each land's shepherd myths?
Yes, that's okay.
Can other seraphim besides you wield...
We should get back before Saray collapses from hunger and we have to sneak his body through the back. We better get going. Chop chop, no time to waste. The food is...
Let's get going.
So she doesn't want to answer my questions right now, but maybe I'll get answers out of her later. The inn's up here. You can talk to these guys, see if anyone has anything interesting to say. It does look wonderful, doesn't it? Very wonderful indeed. So you can't talk to anyone, just anyone. The people with the smiley faces above them, as you know, if you play Tales games, are the ones that actually have something to say to you. And it seems like, in my experience playing the game just for a couple of hours and being in another location, that it seems to reset what they're saying pretty often. So you might want to be thorough if you really care about the story. You definitely get some hints about your surroundings and other things that maybe the story proper hasn't touched on yet. So let's talk. The star above this guy's head means he's the guy that has the next thing to say. And if you press the touchpad, you can see the map and the star shown there as well.
Welcome back, kind shepherd.
Thanks a bunch. Phew, that was good. It really hit the spot.
Glad to hear it.
You ate like a champ.
What does that mean?
It was delicious. You sure you don't want me to pay for it?
Of course I am.
Thanks so much, sir.
Oh, I have something for you. A gift arrived from Lady Alicia.
Huh? What could it be? Huh. It's a letter. My sword. Bags and... clothes?
Ah, perfect timing. Go get changed, you kind of smell.
All right, then.
Oh my!
Not bad.
How about it?
It looks fantastic.
It really does.
Oh, man.
It's the garb of the shepherd handed down from tradition in Lady Lake.
So you can put lipstick on a pig?
Just admit it, Mickleo. You're jealous.
Yeah, you wish. So what's the letter all about?
Well, dear Saray, I was surprised that you fainted so suddenly.
When I learned that you can communicate with seraphim, beings of divine nature who can... When I saw you draw the sacred blade from the Lady of the Lake, and my heart leapt with joy, the likes... The only thing I can think of to tell you is a sincere, heartfelt thank. Though I do think that my true feelings do not come across well. I know that, as the shepherd, you are... But once you are awake, I would like you to come and visit me at my...
Sorry if this is a little boring for you right now. Most of the JRPG fans out there, I'm sure that are watching this video, understand how it goes, but you know, I'm just jumping into the part of the game that was next, so we're just gonna have to stick with the story for now until we can get out there and fight.
My, what a kind-hearted...
Yeah, seriously. I should...
Why not do it in person?
Good idea.
Come back and see us again, kind shepherd.
I'll do that, sir. Thank you.
You bet I will.
All right, come on. The button thing is a little annoying. So let's see. Let's look at the map. Well, actually, give Alicia your thanks is the next thing we have to do, and we can do that by going...
But it turns out they're practical.
Look around here. Well, it's totally unclear where we go from here.
Quite so. Perfect for the journey.
I kind of wonder if I can get back out to the field. So I can show you some combat at least. But I doubt it's going to let me. Oh, it did. Alright, so we're back out in the field. Now the cool thing about Tales of Zestiria compared to, you know, say Tales of Exilia and really a lot of Tales games before that, is that it's more wide open and more seamless. So you can see the map here is bigger, but not that much bigger. The thing that you're gonna find out here is that it's just a little more seamless. There are locations I haven't found yet. You can see the question marks here. I came from this far, so I've been there already. The S icons mean save point. And of course you can kind of use the right stick to go up and down in terms of elevation. But there's a seamlessness in the map in terms of combat as well, and I don't know if I'm gonna be able to run into any enemies out here. We can try for a minute and see if we can run into any enemies if they'll let me fight, so I can show you exactly what I'm talking about with the combat. If not, it looks like there's an enemy here. Perfect. So you run into enemies just like you would in Tales. This guy sees us, so we're gonna get in the fight. And you see that it opens up and immediately into an arena, so it doesn't like bring you to a static screen like in the old Exilia games. And then again, you're going to be using a combination of strikes, standard strikes, and arts. It's a little more complicated. Arts, of course, are spells in Tales games. It's a little more complicated than that, though, and I'll try to explain it to you best I can. I'm not too savvy with the combat yet either, but the combat definitely has a different feel in Zestiria than it does in Exilia, which I guess is the closest kind of parallel we have to this game, since that was really the last core game in the series. So here, as usual, you can see your experience that you get your gold, which is the currency, the time, and the grade. And then you can go into the details and see why you got the scores as well. So I won without a KO, so that gave me 0.33 grade. Reduced elemental and species-specific damages for 0.3, and then 1 without using items, which is 0.06. So a grade of 0.69 is actually not that good. And here we're getting some new information. So it says seraphic arts. Characters who use seraphic arts with the X button use attacks with greater power and reach than martial or hidden arts, which would be used with the circle button, at the cost of longer casting times. By continually holding down the X beyond the necessary casting time, you can keep it charged while you use L to switch targets before unleashing your will. So there is a lot. The combat is definitely more complicated than it used to be in other Tales games. And I'm not sure if I like it more or not. I don't know that I do, but I also don't know it well enough yet. Simply giving you some very preliminary impressions. Let's see what these guys have to say. It looks like they're not going to let me pass. Okay, they're dealing with wild animals, so they don't want to let me through. We might have to head back into town for now, but I wanted to show you kind of what the world looks like. I'm thinking that kind of an overcast sort of day. It's a little bit dark around here. But the surroundings are pretty. I'm not blown away by the graphical fidelity of the game. You have to remember that this is really a PS3 game that was just brought to PS4. So I don't know what it looks like on PS3, but I imagine it looks a great deal the way it looks right now on PS4, and I am playing it indeed on PS4. So it's just a port that I think is more convenient, especially for Western gamers that have largely moved on, as opposed to the Japanese community that hasn't moved on nearly as much yet from PS3. Well, let's go in the other direction and see if we can find anything before we go back to town and try to talk to the princess. So up here I can see a snake in the distance. We can try to fight him. I also see a treasure chest that I haven't opened, so we can go grab that as well. Let's see if we can fight him first. Let's see if we can flank him. Oh no, he sees us. All right, let's get into it. So you can't see which buttons I'm pressing, but I'm definitely noticing that the X attacks, while strong, do take longer to cast. It does appear that your magic is replenished in full at the end of every battle. So you're basically trying to use it just within the battle. You don't have to worry about kind of managing it from battle to battle. I think we'll find out in the next battle we get into. You're also seeing that, oh, well, this is new information, so let's get into this first. Soray's battle talents. Soray is an orthodox sword-wielding fighter. His circle arts are quick, so the key to success lies in the stat boosting effects. His X arts are slower, but enemy martial arts won't stagger him when he uses them, so full frontal attacks are possible. Our fine shepherd, meaning Soray, wields a wide variety of elements, so it's handy to confirm the enemy's weakness by holding down the R1 button before charging it and exploiting it mercilessly. And you'll see here at the bottom of the screen when I get rid of this, my proficiency was also increased with a piece of equipment. And I'll explain that to you guys in a minute. Over here, let me grab this treasure chest. And I was right about that. You can see that our health here and our SC, which is the magic points, have been replenished. Soft serve ice cream and a treasure chest. I'll take it. All right, well, let's go back to town and continue the story. Oh, here, did I wonder if I got this one yet? I think I did.
Is that a monolith?
I don't think I've used this one yet. Changing the control mode to manual on this monolith gives you flexibility to attack from the distance you choose, etc. and so on. And then look, I got an AP point for checking it out. Very cool. So let's head back into town and continue this story. And I'll show you the menus and the equipment screens and the upgrade screens and all that in a moment as well. I guess it couldn't hurt to use the save point here as well. Alright, so let's head back in and see if we can find Alicia, as you can see here. Give Alicia your thanks. Alright, so it's not clear where I need to go, but my assumption is outside the aqueduct. I assume I'm going to the Nobles district, so let's head over there. The cool thing here, you can see popping up the little white bubbles, are people just talking about things as you go. So you don't even have to stop to talk to a lot of people to get some information about what's going on, which I think is pretty neat. You're just overhearing them, not really eavesdropping, but just running by them as you go about your business.
It looks like all the hype from the festival settled down.
But now everyone's talking about the shepherd.
But I think I'm going in the right way. Yeah, I think this is, I assume this is where I need to be, but we'll find out. Yep. Star appeared on my HUD, so she's up here. I assume, yep, right over here.
Ah, the shepherd. Have you need of Lord Alicia?
Thanks, I'll see if I can...
Saray, you came.
Alicia!
The shepherd's garb looks wonderful on you.
Thank you.
Thanks!
Some fine lipstick on that pig.
Yes, Mickleo, we all know your opinion.
What? Pigs are nice.
I take it there's a seraph present with...
So she, as a normal human, cannot see the seraphim that are around.
To be honest, up until the events that took place at the Sacred Blade Festival this year, but even from the moment we met, I could tell how something...
Well, she's right, you know.
Right here is a seraph. His name is Mickleo.
Please, find it in your grace to forgive my rudeness up until now, Seraph Mickleo.
Rudeness? You've never struck me as rude.
He says you've never done anything to offend him. And this here is Lila. She's the one everyone calls the Lady of the Lake.
I truly believe in my heart that you were meant to become the shepherd. Whereas I mean all of us here and still not know.
That's not quite true.
She can't hear you.
Saray, try taking Alicia's hand in your own.
Huh? Oh, sure. Alicia, give me your hand. Like this?
Testing, testing. Check 1, check 2. Can you hear me? Hello?
Doesn't look like it.
Okay then. Saray. Testing, testing.
It's still no good.
This time, close your eyes and all... Alicia?
I can hear it, another woman's voice.
Really?
Alicia, we Seraphim are able to see right into the very hearts of humans. Remember to show gratitude to all things. No matter the circumstances, never neglect the Seraphim, or your heart shall turn to malevolence, and this in turn shall...
Fear not, Alicia. We have indeed seen your gratitude for ourselves.
Saray, one more time.
I'm afraid this is the only method we have for now.
Interesting method, okay. Hold hands,
Grown
close
more
eyes, hold
accustomed
breath.
to my power and have amassed more experience as both a vessel and a shepherd. I believe such a strict sensory block will not be required.
So, does that mean once I do grow stronger as a shepherd, everyone will be able to hear the Seraphim?
As for Alicia, she already possessed a natural resonance from birth, though nowhere near as much as you.
I see. Looks like it's not that simple.
Regardless, I was able to have a conversation with her. And that alone...
Gets you excited?
Yes!
The legends are no mere fairy tales.
That book he took
Okay.
out is basically his holy
Alicia,
book, or his
we're going to
religion's
stay
holy
in
book.
town for a while yet. Let me know if you need anything. Take care.
I will. You too.
Saray?
Looks like our explorer's all fired up. Relax, those ruins aren't going anywhere.
What? How did you know what I was thinking about, Mikleo?
Didn't I tell you I wasn't gonna let you go off by yourself?
Let's have another look around town. There's gotta be a clue around here somewhere.
Yep, so we can explore
Okay.
town now. See what's there to find. Before we do that, I guess I'll show you guys a little bit of the menus. I know that's important to a lot of RPG gamers. So you press triangle on the controller and you see a pretty standard looking Tales menu. You can see each of the characters. So I only have 3 right now. I have Soray, Lila, and Mikleo. And you can see kind of their parameters between arts, defense, art, defense, focus, and attack, the 3 statistics. So as you can see here, Soray, for instance, is much more a physical attacker as opposed to Lila, who's definitely predisposed, more to arts or magic. And Mikleo is more disposed to arts as well as art defense, so he has a strong defense to magical attacks. You can see the items in the game. I don't have that many right now. You can see a mango sorbet, so this affects, the effect 1 is heal everyone for 400 hit points, and the effect 2 is restore everyone's initial SC by 10, and in the next battle you get 8% so added defense. So this is where things get a little more complicated in Tales of Zestiria compared to, say, Tales of Exilia, if that's your most recent touchstone. Is it that there's just a lot of effects that every item or weapon has. So it's not as straightforward as saying, oh, this does only this. Like, a lot of things do more than that. So if we go to standard items, however, you'll find that, like, your standard apple gel and life bottle do the same things, 30% HP healing. Life bottle obviously will cure a KO'd character. You'll find that the herbs are way more common than they used to be in the other games. You'll remember that these were so uncommon in some Tales games that I was almost afraid to use them. You'd find like a few verbena, a few rosemary, a few saffron, and these had permanent statistical boosts for your characters, but you didn't know quite when to use them, and I was always a little nervous about using them. However, only in 2 and 2.5 hours, it seems like I've found, 8 of them already, which might have taken you like 10 hours in a previous Tales game, so it's a little bit different, the balance there. The stuff we were looking at before was food that has multiple effects for you. And then the weapons. Now this is where things get a little complicated with the weapons as well. So right now on Soray I have the Ancient Sword equipped. And the Ancient Sword gives him plus 45 to attack, which is standard, but also gives him the gain attack, which is recovery upon defeating, HP recovery upon defeating an enemy. But it gets even more complicated than that because here I'm using the Ancient Staff, which has HP recovery while defending plus 10, but then the Amber Staff, which is not equipped on anyone yet, but which I will probably have to equip soon, has an attack of plus 30, but an art attack of plus 24, and then 2 different statistical details that are added to it, which is the art attack plus 4% for mind, and rest duration of stat reductions minus 8%. And what you'll find about some of these items, if I can give you an example, if I go to equipment and I go to Soray, is I have 2 sets of ancient earrings. And on the first set of ancient earrings that were originally equipped on me, you can see that it wasn't even ranked at all because I wasn't really equipped to it. You can see the 5 stars up there is your equipment leveling up. But you'll find that it has an art attack of plus 45, and then the effect of paralysis is reduced when you have the earrings equipped by 50%. But these ancient earrings have the same art attack and same paralysis reduction, but also has a thing called Gilliam on it, which reduces stun time by 20%. So what you find is that even if you're finding new equipment that is the same as your old equipment, it might have additional effects or reduced effects that make it more or less preferable to equip, which I find quite interesting. Otherwise, you have the same kind of familiar equipment. So you have your sword, you have your armor, and your ring or accessory rather, your boots, and you also have your titles. So here I have different titles, and you gain proficiency, as you can see here in this yellow meter, so proficiency 3 in Sword Harrier by keeping it equipped for a long period of time, which would then alter or add to what that particular title can do for you. So is there any, attack plus 4% sounds good to me. Defense plus 4% sounds pretty good too, but I'm gonna leave that alone for now. See what these other guys have equipped. So he has attack plus 4% and attack plus 4%. Otherwise you can see arts. We'll go to the arts list, and here I don't have much equipped right now, but I can equip Heavenly Torrent, a hidden art comprised of an upward slash and a style reminiscent of one challenging a waterfall's torrent. So if we equip that there, up in this particular thing, it's X plus up on the L will equip that, or rather execute that attack. You can see Lila being controlled by the computer has plenty of things to use, as does Mikleo. And you can see that they're, based on their usage, you can see that they've gained different amounts of experience points down here in the lower right corner of the screen. You can also see support talents that everyone has. So I have some support talents here, point of interest detection. So when I'm close to something like one of those runes that we read before, or a treasure chest or anything like that, it might let me know. Snack preparation, make snacks to recover HP while on the move. Each character has their own technique and specialities. So I can equip that as well if I want, but that's going to then take that in there, and I'd rather have point of interest. You can see the health maintenance and snack preparation are also available to Mikleo and Lila. Battle actions can be set up, so this is where I can really get into auto guarding, auto backstepping for different characters if I want to use those kinds of things. And this battle action thing has been used in other Tales games as well. So you can see that I have AP of 20. I'm gaining AP by leveling up. I'm also gaining AP by doing things in the world, like reading those runes. So I can start to just kind of, I can just equip probably all of these right now if I want to. And then, let's see. Anything else? Fashion, I can change the appearance of my characters if I want, but I don't have anything to equip right now. And then strategy, which is pretty familiar to you guys. So you might want to have a mage and a dedicated mage, a dedicated healer, whatever. You can kind of mess around with this to your liking. And then a library, which will of course show you your discovery points. So I found like some goats over here. The water wheel we looked at earlier is one of those places. And when you discover these particular discovery points, usually a conversation happens. You might get an item or something like that. So they're worth kind of seeking out. You can see the skills that I have here by going through this list. Enemies that you've encountered. So I haven't encountered too many enemies yet. But like this is the spider, the first spider enemy, basically the first enemy in the game that I fought. And you can kind of see their same little field over these 5 different statistics. This guy is a little bit creepy to me. I don't know if I can get a better look at him. We fought him a few times, but not in this Let's Play. And then you can see the snakes and the wolves and the ooze and et cetera that we fought here. And then the synopsis, if you need kind of help on the story, you can read these things as well. And records, which is kind of telling you how long you played. So I've played for 2.5 hours so far, et cetera and so on. And also, of course, as always, you can see that where the trophies are attached to them. So there are trophies attached to these guys. All right, with all that said, the next thing on our docket here is to just explore Lady Lake, which is the town we're in. So let's do that. I wonder what's this way. This is telling me that there's something here. It looks like those guards are not gonna let me through though, so let's head back in this direction. And the star appears on my HUD again, so I'm gonna just go up here and I'll run into where I need to be to advance the story. These are some merchants that I ran into earlier in the game before the Let's Play recording. So they're offering me a job to retrieve a pretty nice knife that I sold to them earlier for some gold. All right, so I'm gonna go off to the inn that we were staying at earlier and ask about the food menu with the proprietor, presumably. All right, so let's talk. Oh, so this is the guy I think we need to talk to here. Do you have any food I'd like to add to the menu? Well, sure. Before these times, the culinary treats we'd serve up our patrons would have drooling over at their table. But these days, it's hard to find the ingredients. Still, our old menu is in that box. We'd like to take a look. Why would you keep it in a box? Salmon rice ball, Doria, pot au feu, cabbage roll, miso stew. Salmon rice ball. I don't know if I have to remember this or not, so I'm just trying to see if I can remember it. I probably won't. All right, so let's go back and tell them and see if we can remember any of that. I already forgot all of it, I think. Seems like a pretty easy job for 1,000 gold, huh? Some inflation going on in this kingdom. All right, let's talk to them. I did. So they're serving salmon rice balls, doria, pot of foo, miso stew, and cabbage roll. Nice. Nailed it. All right, so I got my royal knife. Explore Lady Lake once again. Anywhere else to go? Where should I go from here? I guess I'll head out up to the sanctuary. Since I'm nearby, see if there's anything going on over here. Seems like there's nothing super interesting going on here. We can head out. And then we'll go back to the menu and see if we can, so that's the sanctuary, Lady Lake Sanctuary, both of those. So let's head outside the aqueduct this time and see what happens. So where am I going down this way? Yep. So I'm gonna go up here and where these wagons are, I'm gonna head left and just see if there's anything interesting over here. If there's nothing interesting over here, I'll head back out to the field, maybe do a little fighting, see if we can find a dungeon and just get to it at least, and then we'll wrap up the Let's Play. I just wanted to kind of give you guys a little taste of the game, so you can at least expect, you know, have somewhat of, oh, well, so here's a cutscene. Have some expectations of what to expect if you go in and buy it yourself.
This area is quite wells.
Watch it. There's someone suspicious.
Dude looking like a broke-ass Pokemon.
Is it a turtle, Hellion?
Like a Pikachu.
The hell's you mean, turtles, Hellion?
Turtles? So wait a minute.
Turtles are turtles. Can't you tell from looking at us?
I don't really understand how this voice connects to this particular character. It's a little weird,
Oh,
a little
brave
unsettling.
little world that has such
Ain't you ever seen a turtles before?
No.
What are you, some bumpkins? Well, lucky for yous guys, we...
Well, thank you.
Of course! The big-heartedness of the turtles is proportional to the size of our shells.
And what were you doing here?
I'm making maps for our purposes.
Oh, maps!
Come to think of it, we don't have any decent maps. The one in the Celestial Record is quite old.
Yous guys sure are reckless. Says, can I sell you some of my maps? They're chock full of useful info.
Thanks.
All right, let's grab his map.
Thank yous. I'm darn pleased that you bought...
Adventure from the map of adventure from the turtles. These maps will add more geographical information to your world map. Since they're written from a turtle's point of view, there may be some discrepancies, but you should be able to roughly locate new places you haven't visited yet. If you're ever lost, track down the turtles in the nearest town and try purchasing their map. Okay, and then I guess let's talk to this guy since he has a star over his head.
An underground waterway. Sounds worth looking into.
So one of them hasn't returned yet. Wonder if he's okay.
Where is there an underground waterway? Oh, there's another guy over here. Oh, this is the waterway, I guess. Maybe it's the dungeon we can explore.
Are you going?
Yeah, I'm worried about anyone who isn't coming back.
Saray.
All right, let's rock. This is perfect. See if we can work our way through this.
You can feel it, can't you?
I can. There's definitely strong malevolence coming from the center of town.
I must say, your ability... It looks like you're acclimating to your power already.
I am?
The day when you will come into the true...
What kind of power?
Oh, sorry about that.
Well, we'll find out soon enough.
Yep.
All right, save point. Let's save just to be safe. Let's see if we can, to cap off this Let's Play, let's see if we can explore this dungeon a little bit for you. God, too many cutscenes, man. This is a little ridiculous at this point. I want to play the game. Oh dear. Oh my goodness. Well then.
It's a Hellion! Get back!
No way. I'm helping too.
I told you, Lila and I have this. Get back!
Blob is just eating this man. Do something about it.
Would the person inside be okay if we hit them?
Slimes can soften physical attacks with their bodies.
Does that mean it's harder to defeat them?
No, I just meant that the person inside should be fine.
Well, there's some good news.
You're not doing much damage here.
This isn't over! It won't end here! I won't lose! I won't lose! It won't end here! This is
Quite a bit of damage here. Probably. Let's see. Use an item. Use an apple gel. Me. We're close to whittling him down. Oh god. Oh, he's humping me. God help me. Cool.
Splendid job, Saray.
So I got a pretty good grade, 3.12. You can see why I got that grade here. Also got a blessing orb, got a copper key, and my equipment proficiency increased as a result of that battle. Okay.
Thank you for rescuing me.
He wouldn't believe you even if you told him.
You,
I was? Thank goodness you showed up then. I'm fine, I promise. I can get...
all right then. Now we can romp around the ruins without that weighing on our minds. Mikleo?
From now on, I'm fighting too.
But you don't have the power of purification.
So what are you asking me to do? Stand around behind you and twiddle my thumbs? I didn't come along just to be a
Mikleo.
Lila, is there any way I could use the power of
There is one way. You could become a sublord. And like me, you would need to dwell inside Saray.
I'll do it.
No,
I need to think about this? I don't recall a whole...
that was completely different. I doubt it.
I am a seraph. Hellions are my natural enemy. Is it so strange that
I don't know. Do frogs try to eliminate snakes?
Am I a frog to you?
Why are you getting so hysterical?
I'm not getting hysterical.
Mikleo.
Your liability will be waiting back at the end.
Saray, we should go after him.
He said he's going back. Let him have his way.
I see. This is youth, brotherhood between men. But even so, you should know what you did was cruel. Surely you understand how Mikleo... I've decided.
Huh? About what?
Moving on ahead. Yes, this is a fine idea.
I don't even get what you're talking about.
Well, the ruins won't explore themselves, though that would be grand.
All right, so let's see. I got a copper key, bronze treasure chest, and certain special orders. Okay, cool. So that answers that question of why I couldn't open that chest earlier. Have I shown you enough? Probably. I've probably shown you enough. This is Let's Play has been pretty long. I'm sorry that wasn't a little bit more of a glamorous look at the game. Let's fight these guys and fend them off real quick.
There are some that grow larger when they become heavy.
But I do think it's a somewhat accurate, you know, little taste of some of the systems, some of the battling, some of a lot of story-heavy stuff that obviously happens in many Tales games. So I hope you enjoyed the Let's Play. Remember, if you want to buy Tales of Zestiria, you're more than welcome to do that. It's on PlayStation 3 and PlayStation 4. I am playing it on PS4. Remember, we'll be doing more Let's Plays most weekdays on Kinda Funny Games, so tune in for more of that here on youtube.com/kindafunnygames. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.